Hey gaming fans, so today's another Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile, and this one is also for the GOAT format, and it's kind of like a Dora of Fate burn deck. So if you're not familiar with this card, because I don't think a lot of people really play it, it was like from an older set. You can only activate this card during your opponent's turn. You select one face-up monster your opponent's side of the field. When you successfully normal summon a monster that is one level lower than the selected monster during your next turn, inflict damage to your opponent's life points equal to the level of the selected monster times 500. So, I mean, you got a challenge here because you're never going to know what your opponent is playing. I mean, you could pretty much assume that they're going to have a level 4 and a level 3 at some point. But other than that, you don't always know what your opponent is playing. So anyways, let's get to the deck profile. So I play 3 of them because this is your main source of damage. You can see it can get pretty high based on the level. And again, like I said, you don't know what your opponent's going to be playing to be prepared for it. So in order to maximize this card, we're going to make sure our opponent has a monster on the field that has a high level. So naturally, we're going to go with 3 Lava Golem. Now Lava Golem, in case you're not familiar with Lava Golem, is a classic card. You tribute 2 of your opponent's monsters to summon it to your opponent's side of the field. And then during their standby phase, they take 1,000 points of damage. And that's it. And then they get a 3,000 beat stick. So you got to be careful with this card because your opponent can beat you down with it. So you got to plan for that. Anyways, so that's part of the combo there. So you put a level 8 monster on your opponent's side of the field. Then we need to normal something that's a level 7. So naturally, we have Fuseler Dragon, the dual mode beast. Probably one of my more favorite cards in this game. I love building decks with this guy. He's just a lot of fun. He's a 2800 2 tribute monster, but you can normal summon him without tributing, and his original attack and defense become half. So he's still okay, you know, 1400, still something. And you can do a lot of tricks with him, like Book of Moon him and stuff to reset his ability. But in this case, we're just going to use him to normal summon. So obviously the plan is to have your Dora of Fate face down or get ready to play it. Summon the Lava Golem on your opponent's side of the field. Hope that it's still there on your turn. I mean, that's one of the downsides. Your opponent can tribute him off or get rid of him somehow. But if they don't, on your turn, after you've activated Dora of Fate, you're going to normal summon your Fuseler, and your opponent's going to take about 4,000 damage. So, really fun. The rest of the combo, so we got Ojama Trio, because we have to worry about getting Lava Golem onto your opponent's side of the field. And that can be a problem if your opponent only ever summons one monster at a time, or no monsters for that matter. So we're going to give them Ojama tokens that we contribute off to special summon the Lava Golem. Also a common play I've seen before. So it's no big surprise. Also, we have the added bonus that if these tokens get destroyed, your opponent takes 300 damage. So if in the event that you've already damaged your opponent quite a bit, you can use those tokens, attack into them, and hopefully do some more damage. The other side to the Ojama tokens is that it can slow your opponent's field down. You can essentially get them into a lock if you can get the 3 tokens on, and then clear one away and then get another, you know, or what is it, 2 away. Just fill up their board with tokens, pretty much. And, you know, that's a possibility to stall out. Then I got 2 Mask of Darkness, because this is a trap-heavy deck. So you're going to have to worry about cards like Royal Decree, of course, and the Mighty Jinzo. But it is a trap-heavy deck, so we do play 2 Mask of Darkness. And on the off chance that we want to activate our Dora of Fate, and our opponent has a level 3 on their side of the field, we could do that as well. It won't be a significant amount of damage, but it's still something. I mean, it's 1,500 damage. That's still good. Then I decided to also kind of throw in kind of like a mini Pac-Man / flip control or flip-flop or whatever they call it engine in this. So I put in 2 Des Lakota because we are going to try and stall our opponent up. So why not have this guy that can draw cards every turn? You just simply flip him up every turn, draw a card, and then flip him face down. And then we have 2 Swarm of Scarabs. I always say it wrong. He's basically the same idea. You just flip him up, but this time you destroy a monster. And then we got 2 Swarm of Locusts to deal with back row. And we'll get to why that's important in a little bit later on. Now for the segment of the deck that tries to stall out your opponent. So we got 2 Nightmare Wheel. So this is a good card to actually equip to their Lava Golem once you give it to them. Because it basically says they cannot attack with that monster, and they cannot change the battle position. So it just sits there, and then at during each standby phase, they take 500 damage. So it's pretty good, and especially with Lava Golem doing 1,000 on its own, and then you're going to add another 5 for Nightmare Wheel. Of course, you could use this on any monster your opponent has on the field if they have a Black Luster Soldier or something, just to stop the monsters from attacking you. Then we're going to have some more defense in the way of 2 Gravity Binds. Level 4 or higher monsters cannot attack. So, you know, again, get that Lava Golem over there and then flip up your Gravity Bind. He will not attack, or he cannot attack. And unless your opponent can get rid of that Lava Golem through like tributing or something, they're going to take 1,000 damage every turn. Then we also have 2 level limit area Bees. I didn't put a whole lot of spells in this deck, so the ones that I did put in are important to keeping you alive. This is basically just like Gravity Bind. You change all level 4 or higher monsters to defense position, so they cannot attack. So again, there goes that Lava Golem. And then for some more protection, 2 Messenger of Peace, which says neither player can declare an attack with a monster of 1,500 or more. Then you have to pay 100 life points each turn, but that's nothing. So, you know, these will all try and keep you alive and try and keep your monsters on the board too. Now we're also playing 3 compulsory evacuation devices. Same concept. These cards will keep you alive, but you can also do a few other tricks where if you did draw another Dora of Fate and your opponent still has that Lava Golem over there, you can bounce the Fuseler back to your hand and do the play again. That would be another 4,000 damage. That would pretty much finish your opponent off. So just an interesting play there. Or if you want to bounce anything else back to your hand, or even potentially just tribute summoning their monsters for a Lava Golem, and then bouncing them back to your hand to get rid of more monsters. So it's always a possibility. Of course, we're going to have the 2 staples of the deck, the Pot of Greed and Graceful Charity. No Delinquent Duel, because this is mostly a combo deck, and Delinquent Duel doesn't really do much for it. I mean, like I always say, you could always add it in there if you really want it. I just felt that this deck needed, space to get the combo going. And now we play, because we're playing a heavy trap lineup, and we want to slow our opponent down, like seriously down, 3 Anti-Spell Fragments. This is going to help you against Heavy Storms. It's going to help you against Noblemen of Crossouts. Even just if your opponent's going to play a ton of spells like Reasoning and Monster Gate, just to slow them down a bit. And of course, like I said, we have a little mini Pac-Man engine in here, which, will flip up and destroy monsters. And this is where I said with Swarm of Locusts is that they're going to have to set those magic or spell cards, I should say, and you're going to flip this guy up and destroy them. So, it really is going to help slow down the deck, slow down your opponent, slow down the game. Now we need to protect them, so we got 2 heavy traps, or sorry, fake traps. It's going to protect against the heavy storms and stuff like that. Unfortunately, it's not going to do anything against Giant Trunade, but still, you're going to be able to stop Heavy Storm or a Mystical Space Typhoon or a Dust Tornado from ruining your day. And, of course, for more added protection, 2 Solemn Judgments. Now, this is the card I wanted to max out on, actually, with Solemn Judgment and Fake Trap, too. But, I mean, it's just an interest of space, and, I guess you could take out some monsters out of this build and just go entirely or mostly spell and trap based. But I figured, with all the other stuff that you have going on there, and if you play your cards right, you don't, put too much resources on the field to, get ruined by one single storm, then you're probably going to be okay. But anyways, yeah, this is the deck I came up with. I thought it would be fun. I've never seen anybody build a deck around this card. I remember building something similar to this a very long time ago, and I thought, hey, now's a chance to bring it back into GOAT format. Anyways, I'd like to hear what you have to say. Throw some comments down below. Throw some deck ideas down below. I always want to hear it. I love building decks of weird cards, so if you got any suggestions of weird cards that you think I could build a deck on, I'm always happy to hear that. Anyways, hope you liked the video. Hope you subscribe. Talk to you later.